I respectfully beseech you in the name of Allah, evoking in me a profound sense of awe and reverence, for the sake of my own or someone else's well-being. I respectfully appeal to the being who exudes great mercy and compassion, recognizing that you have been endowed with the invaluable gifts of divine guidance and unwavering determination. I impart the following sacred teachings to you with the utmost love and generosity. May you approach them with a willingness to learn from their experience and an open mind. We fervently pray that these sacred teachings provide you with tranquility and comprehension, guiding you toward a life filled with meaning and purpose. In the name of Allah, please forward these. It is fervently requested, O Allah, that divine assistance be granted to a servant whenever they are confronted with internal conflicts. During sleep, the individual allegedly received a sacred revelation from a divine prophet. In this holy location, he imparted the divine directive to his devoted disciple. The subordinate was instructed to release a radiant substance to the left while reciting 3 times in the name of Allah, the extremely merciful, the extremely compassionate, the sacred phrase, I will lead him on the correct path, guided by a meticulously arranged framework. I humbly request that the divine being with the highest authority grant me the right to forever conceal this information from all other beings. In light of Allah's boundless mercy, I pray for the gift of sagacity so that I may be able to navigate the complexities involved in sharing a disturbing vision with my closest friends. According to the command of Allah, who is revered as the most generous and merciful. May Allah grant me the wisdom and guidance necessary to treat my loved ones kindly, particularly my family and my spouse. I hope that what I have to say will promote intergroup harmony and a culture of appreciation and courtesy. May the divine being bless my family, friends, and acquaintances, and grant me the ability to positively impact their lives. The user confirms his or her agreement. Assist me in invoking the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful, while engaging in intricate conversations with empathy and cunning. In Islamic religious contexts, God is the greatest. Allahu Akbar is frequently used to express the conviction that God is transcendent and supreme. I humbly request Allah, the divine being, to kindly transform the negative aspects of my verbal expressions into positive and constructive ones. We respectfully ask the revered Prophet to grant us humility so that we may respectfully bow before the sacred teachings that prohibit a specific action. May the divine bestow upon us the wisdom to obey his commands and the fortitude to resist all forms of seduction. In the name of Allah, the excessively merciful and compassionate, we respectfully beseech you for your boundless wisdom and compassion. As we earnestly strive to act in accordance with moral principles, may we find solace and direction in your divine presence. We humbly seek Allah's divine guidance and beseech His protection from temptations that could cause us to deviate from the straight path. I implore Allah, the Almighty, the most merciful, and the most compassionate, to comprehend the significance of this command. According to the command of Allah, who is revered as the most generous and merciful. It is crucial to acknowledge that the previously mentioned decree, which was imposed upon us, is a strict prohibition that requires strict adherence and compliance. O Divine Being, I humbly request that you pay close attention to what I have to say and consider my sincere request with your infinite wisdom. According to the command of Allah, who is revered as the most generous and merciful. Allah, the all-powerful being who rules over all spheres of existence, is laudable. May there be world peace and harmony, as well as divine favor for our revered Prophet Muhammad, whose teachings have illuminated our inner selves and illuminated our path. Without question, his teachings have afforded us both salvation and enlightenment. We are grateful to the individual in question for his or her profound insights, which have illuminated the path to our individual and collective security and tranquility. According to religious doctrine, following the recommended course of action can result in the acquisition of divine protection, particularly by adopting a tranquil state of mind. May this truth be etched into our souls and serve as our compass as we embark on this sacred journey. In the Islamic faith, God is the greatest. Allahu Akbar is frequently used to proclaim God's greatness and preeminence. I respectfully implore the being of great mercy and beneficence, recognizing the presence of unfathomable knowledge and insight within the depths of my being. I implore Allah to recognize and validate the absolute veracity of this claim. I pray that Allah's mercy and wisdom are bestowed upon it. The phrase, God is the greatest, Allahu Akbar, is frequently used in Muslim religious contexts. It signifies the belief that God is supreme and transcendent. I humbly kneel before you, expressing reverence and pleading for consolation and cunning, O paragon of mercy and compassion. Respectfully, I present this matter to you in the context of Islam, invoking the name of Allah, who is revered as the embodiment of benevolence and compassion. I am profoundly troubled by the gravity of this issue. I humbly beseech Allah's divine presence to bestow upon me an abundance of His profound wisdom, so that it may illuminate my intellect and calm my anxious spirit. The author, who sees themselves as a humble servant, expresses a sincere hope that Allah, who is revered as the embodiment of mercy and compassion, will bestow divine favor upon the writer's words. This prayer seeks comprehension and profound insight. May Allah's beneficence transform the inherent mediocrity of this entity into a brilliant illustration of the truth. May God grant us the wisdom to refrain from ignoring it and to consider it objectively and receptively. We humbly beseech the Almighty, who is known for His inexhaustible mercy and goodness, to bestow upon us the priceless gift of divine guidance, which leads to unparalleled comprehension and illumination. In Islam, the proclamation, God is greatest, Allahu Akbar, is frequently used to express the conviction that God is supreme. In keeping with the benevolent nature of the divine being known as Allah, I anticipate a categorical refusal to my request. I humbly beseech the benevolent and compassionate entity to recognize the inadequacy of the presented gift, as it lacks all practicality and utility. We humbly seek Allah's blessings in our pursuit of knowledge and enlightenment as we seek guidance toward profound comprehension that enables us to recognize what is inherently beneficial and useful. We humbly beseech Allah, the most generous and most merciful, to grant us the ability to recognize and adopt behaviors and beliefs that are congruent with the overarching objectives of our existence. In Islam, the proclamation, God is greatest, Allahu Akbar, is frequently used to express the conviction that God is supreme. I respectfully request that the benevolent and merciful being carefully consider the proposed solution. We respectfully request that the divine bestow His goodness and holiness upon its entity, and that its very essence be adorned with unrivaled purity. O most compassionate and merciful being! As we reflect humbly on the third aspect of the revered Prophet's visions, we beseech Allah, the revered Islamic deity, to grant us enlightenment that transcends comprehension. We beseech Thee, O divine deity, to grant us the ability to perceive with the utmost clarity, so that we may fully comprehend the profound wisdom that emanates from the depths of our being. We pray for the development of discernment in order to comprehend the dream world and the veiled messages sent to us. In the light of Your infinite wisdom, we beseech You to assist us in recognizing the dreams that contain the signs and hints of Your divine guidance. We invite You to investigate our cognitive and emotional worlds in the evenings, when our emotional well-being is unaffected, and to share the truths You uncover. Permit Your pure and brilliant discernment to lead us through the darkness of sleep and reveal the hidden world's mysterious facets. As individuals delve into the depths of their subconscious mind in search of profound enlightenment, may the various dreams they experience provide them with comfort and insight. May Allah, the merciful deity, grant us the wisdom to decipher the metaphorical message woven into our dreams, guiding us to a moral existence and material success. After reading the title carefully, exemplary of the highest levels of compassion and goodness, O Allah, grant us Your divine illumination so that our hearts and souls may be illuminated by Your inexhaustible mercy and goodness. Grant us the wisdom to fully respect and comprehend these visions. The user confirms his or her agreement. O Allah, most merciful and compassionate being, guide us along the path of moral rectitude and grant us the fortitude to apply the knowledge we gain through our dreams. In the name of Allah, the excessively compassionate, the excessively merciful, we humbly submit to your divine will as we journey through the ethereal realm of dreams, and we beseech your abundant blessings and protection. I recognize the profound significance of this issue as it pertains to the essence of our existence in every moment, and I humbly acknowledge Allah's presence. I beseech Allah to guide someone toward pursuing a career in mechanical engineering through His infinite wisdom and guidance. Invoking Allah, I pray for divine guidance and inspiration to improve and revitalize the internal combustion engines used in automobiles as I prepare for bed. May Allah, the most gracious and most merciful, grant me divine guidance and profound comprehension as I work to fulfill His divine plan for the universe. In God's name, we humbly beseech Allah, in His utmost splendor, to grant us the divine favor of being able to feel the gentle pulsations of our heartbeats. The maintenance of a race car engine is regarded as a sacred duty, so we must approach it with the utmost devotion and awe. I humbly beseech the benevolent and compassionate entity to grant me the mental capacity to comprehend the distinctive essence of an entity with distinguishing characteristics. May your divine illumination illuminate my path as I endeavor to comprehend the inherent characteristics of this exceptional entity, O Allah, the epitome of mercy and compassion. The petition is made in the name of Allah, the extremely merciful and compassionate. In Islamic religious contexts, God is the greatest. Allahu Akbar is frequently employed to proclaim God's greatness and superiority. I humbly beseech the merciful and forgiving Allah to consider my sincere pleas for mercy with great care. As an act of reverence for a higher power, I respectfully request permission to share a story of serendipity involving a talented chef and their devoted apprentice. I pray that your divine nature hears my prayers and finds solace in your holy nature. May individuals receive your unending grace and be deemed worthy in your eyes. I humbly request that the divine presence of God divide it into separate parts in accordance with its sacred purpose. Invoking Allah's divine blessings, I humbly request Allah's guidance and success for this endeavor. O Allah, in your infinite wisdom, grant me the insight and foresight required to complete this task with pinpointalité. I humbly acknowledge and abide by the divine decree in the name of Allah, who is known as the most gracious and most merciful. I rely on your guidance for all of my decisions and thoughts. In the name of Allah, may this divorce be carried out in accordance with your divine will. Assuming a position of submission before the sustainer, the person reverently begs Allah, acknowledging their servile status and requesting that their words be transformed into a holy supplication. Although I have the utmost respect and admiration for you, revered Prophet, I have never had the pleasure of dreaming about your divine presence. I respectfully request to be in the presence of Allah, who is revered as the embodiment of mercy. Invoking Allah, the most merciful and compassionate, I humbly acknowledge and submit to your profound wisdom and goodwill. I admire your exceptional qualities and rely on your insight to advance my intellectual growth. May Allah's omnipresence guide me in the right direction and illuminate my path. Please extend an invitation for us to join you for dinner at the esteemed benefactor's home this evening, we beg you. In the context of this gathering, we invoke Allah, the most merciful and compassionate, and wish for the presence of kindness and goodwill. In the Islamic faith, the proclamation, God is the greatest, Allahu Akbar, is frequently used to express the conviction that God is transcendent and supreme. I respectfully request your presence to witness the students' participation in a ceremonial meal prepared by a skilled chef.